Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever on the North Atlantic custom map. Now, we've been focusing on Yeol for the last forever, because it's been terribly exciting and an awful lot of good stuff has happened as a result. However, I have not been able to resist but to play forward somewhat. In fact, I have played forward 3 times now, by 50-ish years, and on each occasion I have run out of money, and irretrievably run out of money. And so we need to put some remedial effects into play while we're still in the good times. And as you can see, you know, I mean, I've spent, what have we spent? I've spent the best part of $1 million on construction. Where are I? August. And yeah, we're still down a little at the moment, but it will probably bounce back by the end of the year. As you can see, you know, we were in a profitable period of play. Alliteration there, friends. Oh, sorry, I'm missing the train leaving. And as such, now is the time to fix the problems of the future. I could not have timed this better. That was fantastic. Yes, so we're going to start quite simply. There's 2 projects on the cards for today, and I'm relatively certain we'll get through them. So let's just pause things up a little here, and we're going to start with one that actually I'd spotted, but I'm going to give full credit to various commentators who suggested that Telman to Rhino, which you will see presently, and I believe, yeah, there we go, and Rhino to Hairbear, that these 2 lines could be merged, and I concur. So here we go. So here's Hairbear, which is where we've started off, and I have such plans for Hairbear, and this trundles down here. You can see a train going on there. It trundles down to Rhino North, or Rhino as it should be called. You know what? Yeah, there's no time like the present. Rhino. There we go. Yes, trundles down to Rhino, at which point it goes into this single track station and is met by trains coming in the opposite direction from Telman East over here, which you know, is a relatively short hop, but you know, all told, it's a relatively short hop to merge the 2. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go Telman East, Rhino, Telman to Hairbear. Now, Telman and Hairbear are both also on the super route. They're both stops on there. But I think that given these are using slightly more obscure stations, that shouldn't be a factor. We'll find out in due course, and I'm going to kind of simplify the number of trains we've got running on here anyway. But you know, who knows? Right then. No, hold on. What I have just spotted here is this handy depot, which is going to be far more agreeable to receiving trains from the Telman route. Right, so, well, we'll just leave that the hell alone. I don't need to rename it again, but this is the one we're actually going to use. So we'll call this Telman to Hairbear. Oh yeah, that's not confusing. This one, hair delete. Right, good. Okay, right, so yes, Rhino being the point in the middle, we need to add another station. We'll go from here, sure. From Rhino we go to Telman. I'm blaming the heat for my brain not completely working. We go out to Telman, and then so Rhino, Telman, Rhino, Hairbear, Rhino, Telman, Rhino, Hairbear. Yeah, that's right. That's it. That's the one. So there we go. So that's the new improved double stop route. Look, I mean, I'm making it sound like it's jolly complicated, but when it comes down to it, it really isn't. We're only running 1 train on there, and how old are you? 32 years. So it's coming up on the point where it should be replaced anyway. And I'm going to cover something else on that front momentarily. Send all vehicles to depot and kill them. Yeah, there we go, and delete it. It was posited in another comment why I don't have auto replacements. Why I don't have auto replacements turned on for any of my trains. The reason is simple, is that that trains have a relatively long lifespan, and at the period of the game I'm in now, the majority of these will not be replaced with a train that is actually available now. So what I prefer to do is wait until the technology is right and then institute the replacement. Now, on roads, I have got stuff auto-replacing, and am I gonna switch that off? I may switch that off soonish, because in the 50s and 60s we start to get some interesting new transportation options come through. It's high risk because it's going to eat into my profits during this, which we have dubbed the good era. I'm going to leave that alone. We'll see what happens. I'm going to leave that exactly as it is for the time being. But as you can see by the age of my vehicles, we do have what's running on WebBro. Let's have a quick look. Now, obviously, this would be far more dynamic if I was unpaused, but I don't want to unpause at the moment because I have work to attend to. So yes, this is waiting for something more substantial to actually run this line, and we'll get to that. But right, okay, so that's Telman Harebear all happily sorted out. Next project. Don't worry, we'll be running something fairly soon. Back to ye all. Now, what I'm not doing is I'm not going to connect these two up just yet because we're not ready. But another thing that I noticed, and if we call the route list back up again, these three happy-go-lucky chaps here, right? So, between them packing the coal and the iron and the steel in order to, create that goods chain. And we're generating 61 both iron and coal, thus. But this is not enough for that to be a profitable route. So I need to be just setting this up to deliver to somewhere else. And I went, okay, well, where else could I deliver to? I've got connections to, the known world. So I actually had to flick around. And there is only one town on the entire map that is not being supplied goods. I'll give you approximately 3 seconds to see if you can figure out which one it is. Yeah, it's Sukitani. There we go. I didn't give you 3 seconds. I couldn't be bothered waiting. Sukitani is not receiving goods at present. So this dribble of supply that's coming in is being supplied by the AI. No. We do not allow such things. Not in this dojo. So I'm going to set up a goods line over here. I know it's the very act of insanity while I'm trying to save money of instituting another cost center. But hey, that's how I roll. Right, so first things first, we want to get the goods station up. Now, I'm not going to, I don't need this to be in parallel with the passenger station, as charming as that may be. I don't need it to do that. But what I do need it to do is share the same track, because as much as I'm toying with the idea of double tracking the bridge there, I don't really want to spend gargantuan amounts on further expansion into that area and what have you. So right, yeah, let's link you up here onto that one, but equally I want to give you a nice. It's no faster. So basically the goods are going to arrive here, they're going to pop out, they're going to go over here, they're going to over the bridge, they're going to go into town, which is enormously sprawling in an entirely inappropriate direction. But that's such is life. Right, okay, so we're going to go with high-speed track. As much as the goods service we run on here is unlikely to warrant high speed, the important thing here is I don't have all the space in the world to get this fully merged on. Now, as it's only a goods train, I can afford to bleed off speed here. Right, there you go, that's enough of that. Right, now you're going to need to cross. So let's get you onto there like that. That'll receive, and then one more where we'll have the speed up as high as possible. Or will we? So the options are, we get the speed up relatively high. Now, it's the train is not actually going to get up to that kind of speed because we've just put a 30 mile an hour curve in there. that we're about to remove. We're going to remove the 30-mile-an-hour curve, and we're going to, because we want the train to accelerate smoothly up in that direction. Otherwise, we end up creating a bottleneck for ourselves. So there we go. It's unlikely to pass 60, and I'm trying to future-proof wherever possible, because it's not just about what I stick on there now. It's about what ends up on there in the future. So while this is a relatively large signal block, should we do something exciting on here? Have we got anything else exciting? Well, we've got lots of exciting things. I've experimented with all this scenery in the past, and I may yet do so in this series, but it always ends up looking like, crap. For want of a less blunt phrase, that's what it ends up looking like. So we're going to need a brace of signals here. And I want you as close to those points as I can get you. Right, so that's going to cause a little bit of a wait for. Hold on, no, you're not. Your head's not screwed on right. Get rid of that. The other one's fine. Everything drives on the right. Right, okay, so we need one right about here, which will be our inbound track. Really? I can't get any closer than that. That's a drag. Oh well, it's only queuing space. I mean, it's queuing space that we're missing out on. All right, let's find somewhere agreeable. There you go. Stick that. I mean, as much as the signal's in the right place there. If you're actually driving the train, it's no. I suppose it is relatively easy to see. Where have we got another signal there? I guess it's a queuing point. Well, actually, that might not be so bad. That might be okay. And then we need another signal facing up in this direction on here. Sorry, again, bogged down in signaling there for a moment. Excellent. Right, good. Everybody happy? Looks pretty happy to me. Cool. Right. Do I want to put another? No, I'm going to do it out here. Since it's depot up. There we go. Consider yourself depoted. And it will be probably a diesel, maybe even a steam at this point in proceedings. Now, this whole bridge here is handling two-way traffic, and it's coping okay with two trains running up and down there at the moment. But I suspect strongly that it will struggle with three. So I'm going to double track it. Which is, I'm going to have to remortgage the house in order to do that, but I think it will be worthwhile to do so. Otherwise, they're just going to get held up, because as passenger services get faster, we're not really going to see the benefit from our cousins in goods, and therefore we ought to keep things hustling along as much as possible. Should I have trimmed the other end first? One asks. Actually, I've spent more on a bridge. I mean, as much as I'd already done the kind of the heavy lifting on that one. 3.5 million is not cheap, but neither is it entirely wretched. Alright, you hook up onto there like that. You hook up onto there like this. Nobody complains. Everybody's freaking cheerful. Good. Okay, so I mean the dilemma that leaves us at no, you're all fine here. Apologies for the random camera movements there. So a little more signalling will not do us any harm, but this is only for queuing purposes. So I'm going to stick another one here. Now this puts 3 signals in relatively quick succession, but that's the queue that the goods are really going to benefit from. So we'll stick another one there, because you can't put signals on a bridge. I know, this is just something you can't do. Likewise, I can't put a signal here anywhere in this area, otherwise there is a high chance, well no, there is a near certainty that I end up blocking the opposite line using a lengthy goods train if we get to that point. So we'll just leave that open. And then we need to motor through here. So here's my goods station. So this is where we're actually picking up from. So we're going to make sure that we come through on the correct side, because obviously this is going to be backing services. Likewise, how am I doing it at the moment? Are you just waiting for that to clear through, maybe? Huh. Okay. So what I'm pondering here is not a great thought process, if I'm completely honest with you. I think this is a no. What we will do here, apologies, as much as it's, I set off at a fair breeze of a pace today, having, thought through quite a bit of this already, but not all of it. So I need you to get onto there. 60ish should be okay, and then cross over to the other side. Like that, which means that this signal that I placed recently that isn't there now. Okay, intriguing. Needed to be removed, but isn't there anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, what I'm trying to avoid doing is blocking off the station here, which my passenger services are passing through. Because obviously, no one's going to be fond of that. Let's stick one on there. We'll stick another one on here, right, and then for my follow-up, we shall put another one here. Right, is there anywhere else safe? Is that one safe? I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes, it is. The reason being, now if I can get this any closer to the station, that would be helpful. But the reason that this one's safe is because the only thing that it's going to hold up, given that we're waiting for a goods, the goods train is the only other thing coming up this way. The only thing going to be queuing behind it is a goods train, right? So if there is enough queuing space here, the goods train can move straight on. Everybody's happy. If there isn't, however, enough space, then this will at least allow the goods train to move up to this signal here. Okay, so it may end up blocking this set of points, which might prevent a goods train from getting out. But it's a goods train, so who cares? There we go. That's answered that question. Goods can wait, because the good thing about goods is they are relatively tolerant to hanging around a bit. Right. Okay. Let's stop waffling and build a new line. So this is going to be Sukitani goods. And we're going to go from Yale Branch, there we go, out to the newly founded Sukitani Goods. Or Upper Sukitani, as postcode snobs would have you say. Right. This is looking all right. Now, what are you suggesting when you get here? No, sir. No, that will not do. See, that's what we wanted to avoid. So I'm going to stick a waypoint on here, and we'll head that way instead. Upper Sukitani. Yes, add station. That one. There we go. So that means it's effectively sharing the station with whatever it is I've got coming in the opposite direction, which is this chap who's carrying iron ore. But it should stop from blocking the main line. Now I can hear the sharp intakes of breath that are currently taking place there in the chat. Trust me, I have faith in this as a concept. Okay, I have a little bit of faith in this as a concept. Sook steel. Right, I need something appropriate to run up and down there, and then we'll unpause and we'll see how it looks. Okie dokie. Right, so let's go to this recently instituted set of buffers. Locomotives. Okay, we'll go with whatever looks modern, fresh, and funky. We got the Alco. Ooh, I should do something with that. Later. I will do something with that later. Likewise, the big boy. Now, it's cheaper than an Alco. That's for certain. That's not, though. Now, we are going to be running something American up here, obviously. The question is, what are my choices? I mean, choices are pretty thin. Well, we go for this 412 here, but that's already an engine that's, you know, it's 26 years old. It's been serviced. It's only 80 miles an hour, and I really do not want to be blocking anything that's happening on the main line. So I think we are going to go with the big boy because it's a little bit cheaper. It's got a shed load of tractive effort, and it goes quite fast enough. Thank you very much. So there we go. We'll have that. Thank you. And then let's wagon it up. Boxcar. 18. We'll do 112. Plenty. How many do we want? 10 is probably too much. I think 8 will do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means my engine is overkill. But you know, I'm okay with that. Circuitani steel. There we go. Right, we're all assigned here. Let's see what happens. All right, come on. Look, obviously we want a good hero shot coming out here. Now, it is just a smidge anachronistic to have, you know, this beast of an engine coming out on an electrified track, but electrification's coming, people. It's you know, it's happening. It's coming soon. You know, get comfortable with the notion. Yeah, see, this all looks rather handsome, doesn't it? Let's follow along. Yeah, 144. I doubt very much we're ever going to need that much cargo space on here. But now the litmus test of this operation is how this signalling pans out, because there are trains running on this track already. So the question is, how's this going to work out? Let's try and get a... See, this flat on from the side angle, it's good for like a minute or two. What you could do with is, I mean, for those of you who have ever played like a Gran Turismo, holding up the passenger train, beautiful work, or something similar, a replay cam that has kind of fixed points along the track that then does like a swing angle as you drive past. That would be fun. Maybe you could do it at signals. Maybe signals also acted as camera kind of hanging points, something like that. Right, so we're keeping half an eye in the distance here to see where this chap gets up to. Now, he should be moving forward. Screwed everything up there. Should ease forward to the next signal. Admittedly, you know, he's giving it the full throttle at this point. I feel the acceleration just, you know, it's pinning your skeleton to the back of your seat. Sort of. Alright, so where's the point at which we get the go-ahead? Still on the bridge. I don't really want to zoom out anymore. Now, I mean, with a bit of luck, these will balance out, so they should run in intermediate kind of timings, but there is no certainty because the routes are different lengths. That wasn't too bad. That was only a minute or two there. Right, let's get back into the Wonderland at the other end. Okay, have you got anything waiting for me? Not as such. No. That's okay. We can live with that. Make sure that the iron train is not held up. So there's my coal delivery. Fantastico. Should we embrace the majesty? Oh, I missed it. There was a pause screenshot opportunity moment going on there that would have been rather splendid. So there's a reasonable chance that this is one of the last steam trains I buy. You didn't pick up anything, did you? No. Well, it's a first run. We'll allow it. But of course, the hope is that by adding this extra goods route, firstly, Sukitani will start to grow some. And, you know, more importantly, it will mean that we start shipping more raw materials to this station in the first place, right? Which means that, you know, we're generating growth and extra profits hither and yon. Right, where's the next customer? Okay, all right. Well, this is all. I think it will work. I mean, it will work with a certain amount of hold up here and there. But it will definitely work. Look at all of this. This is a monster of a station. And one of the things that this station is not doing, and this is commonplace for all my stations, is it's right on the outside of town. It's not in the middle of town. And that's what I'm going to be experimenting with next, because now everyone has a station. It's high time we started to make them all pay off some. And that's what I'm going to be doing in the next 4 episodes. Now, the reason I say 4 episodes is because I'm going to do a 4-hour stream of this thing in a couple of days' time. Now, if you're watching this in the future, it will be in the past. So the next 4 episodes you see will all be around an hour in length, where all manner of nonsense will occur. It's going to be worth tuning in for. I highly recommend you do so. If you don't already, follow me, twitch.tv/CNLfailure. That's the way I abbreviate Colonel, because I'm not an actual Colonel, I'm just Colonel. That's my rationale. Deal with it. Likewise, an awful lot of electrification and modernisation of lines, simplification of routes, quite a lot of things to be done with commuters. That's the plan, and I'm sure I can accomplish a relatively decent amount of stuff in the space of 4 hours. So tune in or catch the replay after the fact. Anyway, thanks very much for watching today. I have been Colonel Failure. You've been lovely. There we go. No, I've got nothing else to say. You've done your advert, and that's thrown you off. We've got some stuff working on there, so that's working. Let's go and have a quick look at the passenger line. You don't need to say goodbye again. You've already said that. You're now just, using up time you hadn't intended to use. Once again, running the clock up. How much are you packing? Was this worth what? 58? That's better. And on this one, 46. Well, could be okay. Let's find an angle here. Go away, ugly red text. There we go. That will do. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you've not done so already, so that future hijinks do not pass you by. That was a lovely shot. And similarly, throw a like on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And I will catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.